he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years.
DJ Vlad and Jaguar Wright have both been in the headlines for their widespread perspectives on the Diddy scandal, but it looks like they don't exactly get along. Moreover, Wright recently claimed that she received an offer from Vlad for an interview. She even showed an email allegedly from his team, although she didn't reveal the specific email address it was from. Well, it turns out that Vlad TV isn't very happy about this, as he claims that the singer is lying and that neither he nor his team ever reached out to her for an interview. So who's lying and who's telling the truth? Let's figure that out together as Jaguar Wright once again surprises the hip-hop community with her shared truths about Jay-Z. Keep watching because you cannot miss this. The accusation by Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright didn't hold back when she appeared on Piers Morgan Uncensored, where she doubled down on her long-standing allegations against both Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z. Wright, known for speaking out against powerful figures in the entertainment industry, accused the two hip-hop moguls of being part of a larger conspiracy that has controlled and exploited the music industry for decades. For the past 4 years, Wright has been vocal about her accusations, but the recent charges against Diddy have put a spotlight on her claims. She slammed Jay-Z for his silence in the wake of Diddy's legal troubles, accusing him of avoiding accountability. Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy, Piers Morgan noted, to which Wright responded, because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. Wright didn't stop there. She connected Diddy to other disgraced public figures, stating, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, and Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately: Sean Carter, Jay-Z. This has been a fist of tyranny punching through our culture for decades. It must stop. Morgan steered the conversation towards the long-standing allegations of misogyny within hip-hop, pointing out that the recent charges against Diddy appear to reflect that troubling trend. He asked Wright how dangerous she believed Diddy to be. I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met, she replied, dismissing critics who have questioned her credibility because she doesn't have photos with Diddy. I would never take a picture with the devil, Wright said. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. Wright also claimed that industry giants like Clive Davis and Lucian Grange have protected Diddy for years, saying he was selected to be the demon, responsible for keeping the culture in line so the industry could exploit it for profit. We have too many lost, the list of lost is ridiculous, and everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job, Wright concluded. Wright had even gone a step further and secured herself a spot on Piers Morgan Uncensored, where she revealed all that she knew. This obviously hadn't gone without response. Jay-Z and Beyonce also reportedly and legally moved against Jaguar Wright, asking Piers Morgan to take down his interview with her. During this sit-down, she made a flurry of allegations against Hav in particular. There's rumors and then there's nonsense, and this is one step further, so the couple's attorney Alex Spiro told TMZ. This is a pointed and formal accusation of something. I felt it needed to be responded to. I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is to remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's gonna order you to. So I think Morgan made the wise choice and acted accordingly. Jaguar Wright and us unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview, Piers Morgan expressed. As I said at the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with a legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored, but like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theater, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologize to Jay-Z and Beyonce. Shortly after, Alex Spiro, a lawyer for the couple, said Morgan had made the wise choice by complying with their ultimatum, but this wasn't the only time that this situation's story has been spoken up about on the Piers Morgan show, because soon DJ Vlad got a chance to respond to Jaguar Wright and her claims. DJ Vlad responds. DJ Vlad says that Jaguar Wright's claim of having been asked to do an interview on his frequently headlined YouTube channel is false. Thursday, Vlad, who recently appeared on an episode of Piers Morgan's Uncensored that also featured Wright, disputed the claim in question while also criticizing the larger practice of giving Wright a platform. Per Vlad, not only has Wright never been asked to appear on his show, but she will also never receive such an invitation in the future. Like I said in the Piers Morgan panel, Jaguar Wright has never been invited to do an interview, and she never will be. Vlad told fans in an update to X. This is someone who seems to be suffering from mental illness, anyone who interviews her is taking advantage of a mentally disabled person for views. Included with the tweet was a screenshot of a moment in Wright's recent Real Life Productions interview. In it, Wright is seen holding up a phone showing the purported invitation email. As seen below, however, Vlad argues that the address has been intentionally obscured. When Morgan asked him if he found Wright's accusations troubling, Vlad dismissed her credibility. Jaguar Wright is known to be a conspiracy theorist. I don't really co-sign anything that she says. I've never had her on my show and I don't have any plans to have her on my show. Vlad went on to say that although Diddy might have serious allegations against him, he wasn't buying into Wright's narrative. A lot of this stuff is just things she's heard, things she's making up. I can't co-sign anything that Jaguar Wright is saying, he added. Jaguar Wright's interview with Piers Morgan is making waves, bringing renewed attention to the long-whispered allegations against Diddy and Jay-Z. While her claims are met with skepticism from some, including DJ Vlad, Wright remains steadfast in her accusations, calling for accountability from the biggest names in hip-hop. DJ Vlad, however, was not the only one to think about Jaguar Wright in such an unfavorable light. But she somehow always manages to be proven right, and this has earned her the trust and support of several fans online. Claims resurfaced. The recent civil lawsuit filed against music moguls Jay-Z and Diddy has reignited a storm on social media, with many users referencing singer Jaguar Wright's prophetic claims about Jay-Z. These allegations have resurfaced following the refiling of a lawsuit that accuses both Jay-Z and Diddy of raping a 13-year-old girl in the year 2000. The incident allegedly took place at an MTV Video Music Awards after party, sparking a fresh wave of online discussions. Wright, a former associate of both Jay-Z and Diddy, has long been vocal about her controversial accusations. In an October interview with British journalist Piers Morgan, she alleged that Jay-Z and his wife Beyoncé were involved in abusive practices, including keeping people against their will and even engaging in questionable activities involving minors. Wright further claimed that she had 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony on not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things. Keeping people against their will, putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane unconscious. Following the refiling of the lawsuit on December 8, the internet exploded with reactions, many pointing out that Jaguar Wright had previously predicted the situation. One user on X, formerly Twitter, wrote, "Jaguar Wright literally predicted this a few months ago," referencing her earlier claims about the pair. Wright's controversial comments have now gone viral once again as netizens revisit her statements about Jay-Z and Diddy. Users on social media are highlighting her past interviews where she claimed that Jay-Z was worse than Diddy and accused both men of being monsters. "Jaguar Wright literally predicted this," one user posted, while another added, "Jaguar Wright has always spoken the truth about Jay-Z. No one listened to her. She ends up being right every single time." Many users are now echoing the sentiment that Wright was silenced for speaking out, with one netizen stating everyone owes Jaguar Wright an apology for silencing her voice about Jay-Z. Meanwhile, Jay-Z has responded to the allegations in the lawsuit, calling them an attempt at extortion and refuting the claims. "No sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion, so no, I will not give you one red penny," he wrote in a statement. The Roc Nation founder also called out the accuser's lawyer, Tony Busby, labeling him as a fraud and challenging the validity of the case. Jay-Z's response also included a strong message about the seriousness of the allegations, saying, "I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one." As the lawsuit continues to unfold, the conversations surrounding it only grow louder. Many users are still reeling from Wright's early warnings, now claiming that she has been right all along. NBC, Jay-Z has been named in a lawsuit. "Me, so Jaguar was right," a Twitter user wrote. Others echoed similar sentiments, calling for justice and accountability for those involved. Wright's repeated warnings and her strong stance on the matter have certainly caught the attention of the public once again, with many now wondering if her long-standing accusations against Jay-Z and Diddy are more than just allegations. But who is she? How does she know so much about this troublesome situation? And what exactly are her claims that caused several A-listers to respond? The allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. As Sean Diddy Combs' racketeering and sex trafficking case continues to stun the entertainment industry, it has also given Jaguar Wright a new spotlight. The veteran singer has been a whistleblower of sorts for those who lean into audacious and unsubstantiated rumors. It isn't difficult to find an interview of Wright poised on a couch, chatting about the alleged ills she's witnessed throughout her career. or at the very least things she's learned through private investigators or the grapevine. Further, there isn't a name that's safe from Wright's stories, including tales of sex abuse, trafficking, drug use, violence, and intimidation. Her allegations take aim at some of the most influential players in the game, and often Wright expounds on Diddy's bad boy empire. Some have questioned why Wright hasn't been sued over her allegations. Others don't believe that she has as much intimate knowledge of her peers as she presents. Still, enough people have tuned in, including Piers Morgan, who recently invited the singer to his show. While there, not only did she once again mention Puff, but she also included Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. Wright has accused Hov of shady and violent dealings, and Diddy's arrest has only amplified her exposure to the masses. For 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters, and the victim-making machine kept going on, said Wright. Morgan wanted to know why Wright believed Jay had remained tight-lipped about Combs' case. Because that's what he does, Wright answered. He starts little fires everywhere and forces everyone to carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, and Sean Combs have one person in common professionally and privately: Sean Carter. It is very clear that Wright isn't afraid to speak her mind, whether or not the public believes her. Moreover, her ongoing interviews over the years have made for viral moments, adding themselves to hip-hop infamy. However, some, like DJ Vlad of Vlad TV, don't believe the hype. He told Piers Morgan that he thinks of Wright as a conspiracy theorist and wouldn't invite her to his platform. Regardless, there always seems to be a media outlet poised to chat with Wright, and we've gathered a few outrageous allegations she's made about rumors surrounding Diddy, his freak-off parties, and celebrity dealings. According to Wright, she hasn't just heard about what goes on at Diddy's rumored freak-off parties, she's attended them herself. During her chat with Morgan, Wright called the music mogul one of the most dangerous people she's ever met. She also referred to Combs as the devil, claiming he has been wreaking havoc on the industry for 30 years. Wright also alleged rituals would take place, people were drugged, and some sex workers who attended the events wore secret cameras. Further, Wright explosively claims, "I have my own tapes, I see what they do, putting girls into suitcases, dumping them in alleyways, it's horrifying. We gotta stop making ditties," Wright added, "and if we're gonna do that, then we gotta go back. We gotta go back to even further, the mentors of these people, because Diddy was taught how to do what he does systematically, and Clive Davis has been his greatest teacher." Although Wright isn't the only person who has perpetuated this rumor about Diddy and his late ex, Kim Porter, she has certainly added fuel to the fire. Conspiracy theories have surrounded Combs after several of his friends and acquaintances passed away. In a differing interview with Real Life Productions, Wright brought up Puff's pre-Bad Boy career at Uptown Records. She said the label started with 5 people: Andre Harrell, Al B, Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy Diddy. Wright added, "Kim was the longest working employee. She was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead, Heavy D is dead, Andre Harrell is dead, and the only 2 left are Puffy and Al." Then she referenced Al B Sure's coma health scare. Al almost died, isn't that interesting? They were all writing tell-all books, Wright continued. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest mother faber, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning are gone. Just him. Although Porter's Tell-All was recently released, the author admitted it was a work of fiction. While many people that Jaguar Wright often mentions don't come forward with a rebuttal, Christopher Williams decided to call her out after learning that his name was tied to her rumors. Wright would allege that Williams, who was a prominent singer in the 1980s and 90s, had a sexual encounter with Diddy. Her quotes caught widespread attention, and Williams obviously wasn't too thrilled about his name being entangled in Wright's interview. During his chat on Willie D Live with the Ghetto Boys icon, Williams categorically denied Wright's claims. "Anybody that knows me knows that is ridiculous," said the singer. "One person in the world alleges that I gave Puffy fellatio to get a record deal in like 92. I came out that singing in 89. I had a record deal in 88. Williams added, "If I were gay, I would be openly gay." So again, that wasn't even the emphasis of it. It was the other stuff that was said around it. Additionally, now she's going on and on and on, like she's sure. But I'm like, bro, she's hurting. Like, I'm praying for her because we have to make a different stand and a different choice at this time. If I'm really solid, how can what she says affect me? As stated earlier, there isn't a famous person who can hide from Wright's accusations. In one of her interviews, she listed several famous figures as not only co-signing Diddy's alleged abuses, but as participants who have purported sex tapes with Combs, or from one of his freak-off parties. "I believe that Barack Obama has a tape," she alleged. When mentioning Puff's ex-girlfriend, Wright added, "I know that Jennifer Lopez has multiple tapes." Then she claimed that there was a visual of Beyonce, in addition to saying, "I definitely know they probably recycled some old Stevie J and Eve stuff. I know Drake got a tape. I know Rihanna got a tape. I know Chris Brown is on one of them tapes. I know Trey Songz has been like a supporting actor in many freak-off films, definitely Usher. Yet Wright alleges that the public would be shocked at just how many politicians and royals were also involved. I'm still trying to figure out when Harry and Meghan Markle are going to be honest about their freak-off tape, Wright continued. I don't think anybody wants to talk about that. Her latest interview with Piers Morgan is just the tip of the iceberg of rumors, gossip, and allegations she has made against Combs and several other industry professionals. Meanwhile, Combs remains behind bars awaiting trial after his bond was denied. Reports of at least 120 accusers against Combs have been shared, and the public awaits on pins and needles for information about which of their favorite artists may have been named in court documents. As for Wright, despite being heavily criticized for her comments and accusations, she remains unmoved. So what do you think? Do you think Jaguar Wright's telling the truth? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insider content like this.